You should.
Love it. Yeah. Heather, are people coming in?
They are. Oh, it is that time. Okay.
It is time.
It is time. I will start admitting. And then you can just start your roll and say hello to everybody. And
my usual. You got it.
Yeah. So here
Denise,
we go.
thank you for doing this, Denise. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hi, Becky. Hi, Vivian. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Lori.
Oh, well.
The fun screens. Turning. Okay.
Awesome. Everybody's coming in.
Yeah.
Hi, Becky. We can see you and your cute little one back there. So cute.
There we go.
Give everybody just a few more minutes to come in. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We're so excited to talk about Tahiti and French Polynesia and the beautiful island area. I have Denise here to share some incredible daydreaming with us tonight. It's going to be wonderful. We can't wait. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Neville. Hi, Mama Bear. Welcome, everybody. I love that username, Mama Bear. I should have thought about that one. That's a good one. Hi, Vivian. I see you in the chat, too. Awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. We've got a few more people connecting. We're just going to take a few moments to welcome everyone in, and then we're going to get started.
Yeah, Sherry, it looks like we have pretty much everyone joining.
Pretty much everyone? Okay, sounds great. Excellent. We'll go ahead and get started. Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us as we talk about the beautiful, majestic area of Tahiti and her islands in French Polynesia. We are joined today with by two wonderful people. Denise from Tahiti Tourism is here to share her knowledge about the area. And our host this evening is Heather Sullivan from Montebello Dream Vacations. We have a great partnership with Dream Vacations to assist our wonderful community in booking cruises and land travel, all-inclusive travel, Alaska land vacations, Tahiti land vacations, you name it. It is all being done by Heather and Wendy and the wonderful team at Dream Vacations. So we are so thankful to Heather for putting together a series of events during this global lockdown period where we can all come together and educate ourselves and daydream, and we've had a lot of wonderful topics. And tonight we are absolutely thrilled to talk about Tahiti. Before I turn it over to Heather, I just want to tell a quick story about my experience with Tahiti. When my husband and I got married, we thought, okay, this is the ultimate honeymoon, so we'll save up for it, and at the 5-year point, we'll go to Tahiti for like a delayed honeymoon. Well, life happened. We were the double corporate income family, and we just never made it happen. And we just celebrated our 22nd wedding anniversary. And of course, we had put a deposit down finally on that cruise to Tahiti, and the global health crisis came along and wiped that one out. So we're still dreaming of Tahiti, and tonight cannot wait to learn more about the area. I'm just so thrilled to hear all about the different islands that are available to visit. And I'd like to introduce Heather for just a moment. She's going to talk a little bit about Dream Vacations and then introduce you all to Denise.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sherry. Yeah, we have a lovely partnership with Cruise Tips TV, and so we thank you, Sherry, for being here and inviting your guests. Oops, let's see if my screen sharing. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So yeah, just a little bit about me. I'm your host for this evening. So please feel free to put any chat or comments in the comment box, and then we'll be taking questions at the end of the conversation tonight. Yeah, I think traveling opens your eyes up to the world and explores the customs and cultures of the area that you are exploring, and I just feel like it just really broadens our perspectives. So I just absolutely love traveling, whether it's to Tahiti or Europe or anywhere. You say go and I'm right there with you. yeah, Sherry and us, we have a great partnership. So thank you so much. Yeah, tons of subscribers and followers. And Sherry, we greatly appreciate your partnership. So Tahiti, the islands of Tahiti, where are they really located? Well, it's in the South Pacific. It's not too far, but an 8-hour flight from Los Angeles or San Francisco. It's on the same time zone as Hawaii and Honolulu, same time zone as no, not California, but in the Pacific. So as you can see, it's not too far to get anywhere, too hard to get to. And I know Denise will share a little bit more about that. What's amazing about Tahiti is that not only can you do an overwater bungalow, the picture here on the right, but you can take any like amazing 4-wheel drive, go hiking, exploring. There's all sorts of amazing adventure, as well as like diving. It's a beautiful area of the world to just go see this. The coral and the fish and the shark that are there. But ultimately, if you're a honeymooner and or having a second honeymoon like Sherry, you can sit in that very first picture and just be picturesque and look at the sunsets and just totally relax. But there is so much to do, and we're super excited that Denise is here with us today. Denise and I were catching up a little bit. We just realized that we actually swam together at Irvine High School so many moons ago. So who knew? Nice to catch up. I can't wait to, now start chatting with her more, going, okay, who are all the friends that we know? But Denise works for Tahiti Tourism and is a wealth of knowledge. So we're super thankful, Denise, that you are here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen so that you can share and do your amazing presentation. So thank you so much, Denise.
Oh, you're welcome. So let me get my screen up. I think you can see my screen. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's make sure we can advance. At some stage, there we are. So first of all, I will say Yorana Imaeva. That means hello and welcome in the Tahitian language, and you will hear this everywhere as you walk through the resorts or hail a taxi or you're ordering food. You'll hear Yorana. You'll hear it from every single person at every resort, in every public market. And Yorana means hello. It's a very open, sing-song kind of greeting. So you'll hear that everywhere, and you'll end up saying it yourself, and it actually brings a huge smile to the locals when tourists are responding back in the local language, the Tahitian language. Yorana I Maeva. Maeva means welcome. And just like Heather said, she has a slide almost similar to this, almost identical. We are just 8 hours away from the West Coast. So you just have to get yourself west to either LA or San Francisco. And then it's just an 8-hour flight down to Tahiti. From Hawaii, it's just 5 hours. I mean, if you're already traveling to Hawaii for your vacations, it's really not that far-fetched. You're on a, I don't know how, 5.5, 6-hour flight. It's just 8 hours to the islands of Tahiti. We're very, very lucky that it's not that much further. I have a colleague that actually says it's just 2 cocktails and a movie. Or some people even say 1 movie and 2 cocktails. But it's just not that far. You just have to get west, hop on one of those flights from either San Francisco or LA. French Polynesia, I'm going to use these terms interchangeably. French Polynesia and the islands of Tahiti, same place. We are 118 islands. We are located in the middle of the Pacific, but you can see this map is actually overlaid over a map of Western Europe. You can see in the bottom portion of the map is the boot of Italy. Up at the top is maybe Scandinavia, the UK. You see a little bit of that peninsula of Portugal, Spain, France. This shows you how huge French Polynesia is. In the middle of the Pacific Ocean, it's a space as large as Western Europe. We have 118 islands, 5 different archipelagos. There's the Society Archipelago, or island group, some people call them. The Tuamotus, the Marquesas way in the north. Down in the south, we have the Australs and then the Gambiers. So all 5 of those make up French Polynesia, or the islands of Tahiti, we say. To get around the islands, You're going to take the inter-island transportation. This is the little puddle jumper. These planes take you everywhere, almost to every single one of those islands. So Air Tahiti, you're going to get on that flight and go different directions depending on where you want to go. We do have a ferry service, but only between the islands of Tahiti and Moorea. That's it. It's a fast ferry. It's a big, huge catamaran. Many, many departures throughout the day. It's really easy to hop on and just go straight over to Moorea. It's about a 35, 40-minute ride. You can see the islands from one to the other. You can see Moorea from Tahiti. It's a really beautiful, relaxing ride straight across the channel. But those are the only two islands that we have ferry service between Tahiti and Moorea. The weather and the climate. The islands of Tahiti, we are a tropical destination. We are very lucky. We're located in the southern hemisphere, so the time, the seasons rather, are opposite to ours. We do have an average temperature of about 80 degrees year round, and that's air and water. So we're pretty lucky there. And actually Heather touched on that. We're close to the equator. We're actually the same distance north of the equator as, south of the equator as Hawaii is north. So it's the exact same distance south that Hawaii is north. So it's a very, very similar climate, like I mentioned. And advance. Okay, so the island of Tahiti itself, really the best thing to do on Tahiti to get to know this, this is the largest island in French Polynesia. It's the place where it has the capital of Papeete. The best thing to do is really to do that circle island tour, and it's going to circumnavigate that larger portion of Tahiti. You can see on that map on the top portion is the airport icon. That's where you're going to fly into at Fa'a International Airport, and about a 10-minute drive away to Papeete is the downtown area. It's really easy to get around. There's one road that goes around the entire larger portion of that map. There's not a road that goes down to Tahiti. It actually goes down and then it just stops. Les Marchés, we cannot resist a little bit of shopping. This is where you're going to be mixing and mingling with the locals. They are there shopping for their daily staples, their meat, their fish, their produce. Every single day it opens at about 4:30 in the morning. The locals are there buying their baguettes, their coconut oil, and their fresh fish. We'll kind of show up a little bit later usually, and we're buying those beautiful, colorful pareo in the top left, maybe a beautiful flower hay. It's the flower crowns. You see lots of locals just wearing those like it's jewelry, like a necklace. People wear flower crowns just every day. And you can buy those there. You can buy all of your souvenirs here at the market. It's a 2-story structure in the middle of Papeete. Tahitian black pearls, beautiful shell necklaces, straw bags, it's all there. Take a tour into the interior of Tahiti. This is one of my favorite experiences. It's done as like a half day or a full day. Fantastic, adventurous 4x4 safari. You can also go in the evening. Go down to the roulottes in Papeete, right on the waterfront. It's where the cruise ships pull in. On the waterfront, about anywhere from 8 to 15 food trucks pull in every single night. And they open up the sides, and 5:30 p.m. they start serving dinner to locals and visitors. It's a really safe, affordable, easy way to have dinner outside. This is the ideal place, especially now with COVID-19, because they're already sitting outside. They just kind of stretch the tables out a little bit more, and people are wearing their masks. And then when they eat, it's a really fun atmosphere. Lots of Tahitian families, a lot of the crew off the cruise ships, tourists, safe, easy fun. The roulottes. The roulottes means food trucks in Tahiti. The island of Moorea, I mentioned it's the sister island to Tahiti, and it's just directly across from Tahiti, reachable by fast ferry. You can fly on that little puddle jumper, the Air Tahiti flights. It takes 8 minutes. You might as well take a ferry. Moorea, you can see kind of, some people see it as heart-shaped. I kind of see a bird, but you can see on the top, the north coast, you have those 2 deep water bays, Opanohu Bay and Cook's Bay. That's where those cruise ships, you're gonna pull in on all the cruise ships that visit French Polynesia will pull into one of those 2 bays, drop anchor, run the tenders into shore. You have the beautiful resorts, right? Sherry is sitting there at the Hilton Moorea, and Hilton Moorea is that middle red dot on the north coast, and it's a stunning property. That's a great property, but you can see there are other properties there as well. And the ferry actually pulls in on the east side, the right side of this map. The ferry pulls in there on that right side, and it makes it really easy and accessible. You can also rent a car here, circumnavigate the island. Again, one road that takes you around the whole island. It's very easy. You can rent a moped. I would do more of a beach cruiser. It's flat and easy. And this is one of those sites you would see. There's those two deep water bays, Opunohu Bay and Cook's Bay. And this is a site that you would see. It's called the Belvedere Lookout on the 4x4 safari tour of Moorea. You'll also go visit a pineapple plantation, always on Moorea. You can almost smell the pineapple in the air. It's stunning. The islands of Tahiti, we have 2 golf courses, only 2. One of them is on the island of Tahiti itself, and the other one is here on Moorea. This is the more popular of the 2. It is a Jack Nicklaus design course. It's 18 hole, and we recommend you contact Heather and her team for tee times, those early tee times. You can also rent gear there as well. I'm going to move over now to the island of Bora Bora. The island of Bora Bora is about a 45-minute flight from Tahiti and Moorea. So Tahiti and Moorea, either island, you can fly over to Bora Bora. There's Bora Bora right there. Right in the middle is Mount Otumanu. Those 2 photographs actually show Mount Otumanu in the middle of Bora Bora. It's just from different angles. It's the same mountain. It's just a different personality depending on where you are in the lagoon. I am sitting on my overwater bungalow in one of those gorgeous 5-star properties, and this is also Mount Otumanu. So it really looks different. It depends on where you're at, and all those overwater bungalows many have that gorgeous mountain view. I'm going to move now over to the island of Tetiaroa. Tetiaroa is within the Society Island Group, is the only atoll, so it's pancake flat, no mountains. It's the only atoll in the Society Island Group. The island of Tetiaroa, you can see in this photograph, it's an aerial shot of a very exclusive property. It is a serene, very peaceful, very private property. It's called the Brando. And the Brando was actually imagined by Marlon Brando himself in the 60s while he was filming Mutiny on the Bounty. He fell in love with Tahiti and all of the islands, and possibly several ladies in the islands, but he ended up purchasing Tetiaroa, this little island, a nature reserve. It's a 20-minute flight on the resort's private airplane called Air Tetiaroa, and it is quite a special island. It is a natural sanctuary. So when you're there, you can take a guided cultural tour, a naturalist tour. You can go snorkeling, scuba diving, sailing. Speaking of sailing, so I'm going to move now over within the Society Island Group, very close to Bora Bora, is the islands of Raiatea and Taha. Raiatea and Taha actually are 2 separate islands, and they share one lagoon. You can see Taha there and Raiatea just beneath it. They share one lagoon, they share one airport. So a lot of the cruise ships will pull into the lagoon and go to Taha, or they often run tours over to the UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's called Tapu Tapu Atea. It is a cultural site worth visiting, and it was listed in 2017 on the UNESCO World Heritage Site, so we're quite proud of that. From Raiatea, you would often do these day cruises and sunset sails. You can also rent these catamaran if you're one that likes more independent sailing, maybe 2 people, 8 people, up to 12. I think there is one vessel that goes up to 26 people, a massive yacht, but it's usually 2 to 12 people on these beautiful catamarans. And you go between 3-4 nights around the islands. It's amazing cruising. Drift snorkeling is quite popular on the island of Taha at their beautiful coral garden there. Now in the islands, so I just only touched on the core islands. You're going to kind of see those islands on a lot of the cruises. And if you're a first-time visitor to the islands of Tahiti, you'll definitely want at least, of course, Tahiti, that's where you land, but Moorea and Bora Bora, if not some of those outer islands as well. Some of the different activities in the islands include ATV adventures. This would be on those more mountainous islands like Moorea and Tahiti. 4x4 excursions, fantastic way to see the island. You're put in the back of that 4x4 vehicle and rough and tumble going through the mountains, stopping off at different sites. Those 4x4 excursions, again, Tahiti, Moorea, Taha, a few of the other mountainous islands. Spa and wellness experiences are standout experiences. Most resorts have spas. And then other activities on land include, of course, hiking. You'd want to take a hike with a cultural guide. Hiking is not something you would go off and do on your own in French Polynesia. Also renting beach cruisers, that's my favorite. It's a more leisurely way to see an environment. You can pull off and go snorkeling if you want, or stop off and get a smoothie at a fruit stand, renting mopeds, or else if you're more of water, focused on the water excursions, these lagoon excursions are really popular. You hop in one of those gorgeous boats, and then they pull over and they drop anchor in different coves and different protected areas, and you swim with the blacktip sharks and the stingrays. And then you move over to one of the, that's a picture of one of those, it's called a motu or an islet. The motu picnic is an iconic experience. You don't want to miss, it's usually combined. So that lagoon tour combined with a motu picnic, and it's a full day, beautiful, memorable experience. Fishing is very popular as well for those of you who like to go deep sea fishing or lagoon fishing, spear fishing. We have it for you. Whale watching. We're almost at the end of whale watching season right now. It goes from about end of July through the month of October. And the humpback whales come to the islands of Tahiti and Moorea. So end of July through October, if you're there, special experience. I grew up in Southern California. I gravitate toward anything in the water. And so snorkeling, stand-up paddle, kayaking, outrigger canoe. I'm not so much of a jet skier, but jet ski tours are available as well as scuba diving. I'm a diver. Diving in the islands is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And Heather can answer those questions for you. The cuisine is usually filled with fresh fish, local kind of more exotic vegetables, and fruit that is second to none. The papaya, the mango, the pineapple. So that middle dish is our national dish. It's called poisson cru. It is cubed, fresh cubed raw lagoon fish, usually a white fish, that has been, it's basically soaked in fresh coconut juice and marinated in lime juice, coconut milk, sorry, and marinated in lime juice. It's usually served there with a little bit of julienne vegetables. And it's, the Tahitians have it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but we'll usually have it maybe lunch and dinner. It's served really cold. It's really nice. Accommodations. I'm not going to talk about actual resorts. You can refer to Heather for that, but I'm just going to talk about accommodations briefly, our different styles of accommodations in the resorts. The overwater bungalow, you see this all over the world now, but the birthplace of the original overwater bungalow is in French Polynesia. These are photographs of that very first overwater bungalow, the series of them, and it's on the island of Raiatea. Those are from the late 60s, 1967, 68, and it's three guys from Newport Beach, California that came up with this idea and put it together, and here we are. Today, this is what they look like at those resorts around. This is Bora Bora, there's Mount Otumanu, but we can find these at on a lot of the islands in the French Polynesia. This is a garden bungalow. It's one of my favorites because it's very private. It has an enclosed deck. You have your own plunge pool, a decking space with usually tables and chairs to have your breakfast on, and then you have, of course, your bungalow. The beach bungalows are popular as well because you have your bungalow, you have your deck, and then you have a plunge pool, but then you have the sand, that white sand that stretches out into the lagoon. So you just walk right out into the lagoon and go swimming. Then there are those overwater bungalow villas. Actually, this is the villa that I'm sitting in right now. This is the very one, actually. And this particular one is on Bora Bora, but you can find these villas on several of the islands. In the resorts, we also have Tahitian guest houses. It's a different way of traveling, as well as villa rentals, home rental, and if you'd like to rent a private island, we have that too. Cruising, sailing, and yachting. It's really the premier product in the islands would be Paul Gauguin Cruises. It's a boutique cruise line. It's an amazing product, 7-day, 10-day, 14-day cruises through the islands, the Society and Tuamotu, and some of the cruises actually go up into the Marquesas as well. And then Windstar Cruises, I know COVID has changed the itineraries, but they're gonna come back. Windstar is another beautiful way to experience the islands, as well as Aranui Cruises. I sailed Aranui a little over a year ago. It's an amazing adventure. You can see it's half cargo ship, half passenger ship. It sails up into the Marquesas, and she's she's actually bringing supplies to the locals in the Marquesas Islands. It is an adventure you will never forget. If you have questions, just reach out to Heather. So yeah, Aranui 5 is another option, as well as I mentioned those crude and bareboat charters where you just, maybe you and your family, 2, 4, 8 of you on a catamaran, and you go to maybe 3 islands, 5 days, 4 days on a beautiful catamaran like this. So I'm gonna just leave you guys with that. Thank you very much. I'm gonna turn it back over to Heather and Sherry. Stop share my screen. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, Denise, that was absolutely amazing. I mean, yeah, I had said that I was supposed to be traveling on Sunday and going to Tahiti, and that got shifted, so I have to just pick another date, but I just drool. Like, it's just stunning, and I just can't wait until I can go. So I am looking at possibly the spring, if not next summer, but I don't want to go when it's too busy. So yeah, we'll just keep dreaming. Yeah. So yeah, okay. Let's see, get it to. Yep, there we go. So yeah, a little bit about dream vacations. Like, we have been around, I've been working with Wendy for quite some time now, and we really are here to help you plan your perfect vacation. Like, we really want to help our clients, we listen to our clients and really get the vacation of your dreams. So 10 reasons, I won't go through every single one of the 10 reasons on like why to use us, but definitely in this era of pandemic, travel has gotten more complicated than ever. And so really using a travel advisor is something really to consider. Some other reasons are, we listen to, like I said, to every one of your needs, and we really match your needs to your vacation. If there's ever any problems with your vacation, like, we step out and reach out and really work with you to resolve those problems very quickly. Let's see, just scroll down to some more. Travel advisor, like, we know our industry, we work in it every day, and just like I wouldn't cut my own hair, I use a professional. You know, it's really important to use a professional travel advisor. We do truly know our industry. You know, they save you time, money, and stress. Totally. Like, an average vacation can take about 5+ hours to completely book. A lot of them can take even longer. And so just to take that stress off of you, why not just give us a call and we'll help you. Future cruise credits, if you've been cruising, I've been helping clients make the most of their future cruise credits and really try and get the best value out of, you know, sometimes I can get them two cruises for the price of the one, because the cruise lines are being so generous with their future cruise credits. So, and then some of the other things is we do have an incentive program. So if you book on board the cruise ship, not only does the cruise give you onboard credit, but then when you come back as a thank you, Dream Vacations does too. So why Dream Vacations? Well, we truly are a powerhouse in the travel industry. We've won many awards in leisure travel as a leisure travel company. Here are some of the partners that we partner with, and not only these, but also a few others with like American Airlines, many of the US airlines, many of the hotel brands, and we're one of the largest cruise distributors with more than 35 brands, villas, resorts, car rentals, day passes, and luxury travel services. So as you can see, this is just a few of them, but there are many, many more. And we have great partnerships with the different companies. So definitely, if you haven't checked me out on Facebook, definitely do so. I have many groups going on Facebook, as well as my personal page. And then just really a thank you for coming tonight. I greatly appreciate you attending and taking the time. This was an amazing presentation from Denise and Tahiti Tourism, and just really sharing all the dreams of this magical and mystical place that so many people just truly dream about, whether it is a cruise or whether it's land, you know, or like what you said, renting chartering a ship, like, you know, a yacht. Like, what a great way to see the islands. So in the next coming weeks, Hawaii is going to be opening up to tourism, and so I kind of changed our itinerary a little bit. And so October 20th, in 2 weeks, we're going to talk all about the Hawaiian Islands, and then November 10th is Christmas markets, really kind of touching on my Christmas markets, and then tentatively Paul Gauguin for November. I know it's Thanksgiving week, so I may end up playing with the date a little bit. So we'll keep you all posted with that. But yeah, if anyone's got any questions, please